How's it going, Focklers? We're back with something a little different yet again. What do you think we got today? It's not a dirty CRF yet. We do have one of those. We're not going to talk about that. Okay, let's get into what we got new right now. What is this bad boy? Anybody know? Alright, Focklers, if you guessed 2002 Yamaha VStar, you were correct. It is such a nice ladies' bike. I don't even know what else to say about it. It's just a great little ladies' bike. Yeah, I know. I'm a pretty big, ugly lady. Leave me alone. So, last year, got it for a rolling shell, well, halfway rolling shell Fox body 87? 87. I'd say it was a pretty good trade. That thing was rotten and the floors were patched a bazillion times and everything. This thing is mucho cleaner. But she does have a lot of Ks. Looks like somewhat fresh tires. Paint's not bad. It's not great either, but you know what? That's what, a tank, 2 side plastics and a rear fairing. And who knows how long that rear fairing's gonna be on there. I kinda like the Springer seats, but we'll get into that another time. What do y'all think? I think it's pretty sweet. Alright guys, so today we're doing a couple of upgrades to the old girl. Like I said, got it last year. Went for a rip or two. I'll toss a clip in here. And yeah, started noticing that the clutch felt like it wasn't putting the power down. We took it for a cruise. It wasn't really getting up hills great. The engine's working. It's revving good. It's doing what it's supposed to do. It just wasn't putting the power down and getting my fat ass up hills. So and I suspect that it's a clutch. So we went ahead and bought a Barnett upgraded clutch pack and springs. So it should be a little bit more grippy on the clutch so we can do fat burnouts with this fresh rear tire. We got the gasket for the side of the engine that we got to pull off. And if you guys have been watching, I upgraded the 300L battery for a lithium one, and I'm going to use the factory Honda battery to replace the shitty eliminator that's in there at the moment. I know this battery's brand new and good to go. This clutch is the upgraded one, so it should be much better than the factory. Not that we really need an upgraded clutch for a 650, but like I said, I want to do fat burnouts and see if we can't drift this thing and have some fun with it. And there's the gasket. Obviously going to use some silicone on that as well, but so this is the cover that's got to come off. This is the oil filter housing, I'm pretty sure, and then this whole side cover is going to have to come off. So I'm going to pull this front pipe off, and we'll see if we can't get into it. Probably going to time lapse you guys here. Makes a little more sense. Anyway, let's get into it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there's the Yamaha key. We just pulled it out of the tent here. This will be the first try to start it in a couple months at least, I would say. See if this battery's got the juice. Got the neutral light on. God damn it. Looks like we're putting a battery in it for sure. Alright, well, time to get to work, I guess. Son of a bitch. Shit box? I think so. Just kidding. Okay, we're gonna start with the battery first. So, 2 10 mils, or you can use the big Phillips head. Screwdriver is up to you. I'm gonna use a 10 mil, makes a little more sense. Make sure you know which terminals go to what, so just kind of don't move them too much, so then you know exactly where it's supposed to go. You don't want to put positive terminals on the negative, negative terminals on the positive. Maybe JT Cooper with a Mustang that catches fire and doesn't really run properly. So don't do that. Okay, jump in here, lift this up a little bit. Just wiggle the old girl out. It's easy as it is. Yeah. Oh, see you later. Garbage battery. Garbage battery. I'm gonna go ahead and replace it with a slightly better, but probably still garbage battery. Look at the size difference. I'm winning twice. Look at that. Save weight on both bikes. Just hope this has enough power to crank it. It is 650 cc's, you know what I'm saying? Alright, well, that was a complete pain in my ass. Let's see if the bike starts now. The battery's in, backwards and upside down, crossways, whatever. I'm gonna make it fit in there a little bit better with the wiring whenever I get a chance, but don't have a ton of time. Don't worry about that noise in the background. It's just an idiot working on a Toyota. That's the sound you have to make when you're working on a shitty Toyota. See what I told you? Toyota work. Okay. You got a little brighter battery. Let's try to drown them out. JT, would you shut up? He's right, it didn't start. Thought it wouldn't start, JT. Well, I'd say the battery works. God damn Yamahas. Let her warm up a little. I'll give her a shot. Rock, rock. I think the idle's set perfect. The idle's so low. Well, it's not perfect, and it's loud as dog shit, but it's the project bike. Yeah, like I said, it's not perfect, and it is loud, but it is the project bike before JT so rudely interrupt me with his goddamn hammering. There he goes again. Anyway, let's get into ripping this thing apart. You guys have heard it now. Let's do some clutch. And let's go. Alright, Focklers, next we're going to pull the oil filter cover off and let the oil drain out. Can't quite get the exhaust off, so we're going to try to do it without getting the exhaust fully off. Maybe just pivoting it around. If we got to take it off, we got to take it off. It's one of those deals. Find out when we get there. So it is 3 bolts for the cover. And we got 3 more bolts buried in there. And we should start seeing oil. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, there's the oil and filter. Oof. Not good for the header wrap, I'll tell you that much. Oh shit. We'll be back.
Yeah, buddy.
Do what you gotta do. Tow it, boy. Okay, so we got the cover off of the actual filter gasket, and here she is. Here's the filter. Rubber round part out, just for future Barkley reference. Nipple in. Nipple's always in. So that's the inside of there. Now we're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, likely 12 bolts out. 10 or 12 bolts out. It's already looking like a pain in the ass. Let's get back into it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, got all the bolts off in the case, and she's still not enough movement. So I'm gonna crack the pedal mounts off. See if we can't get the bend out a little more. That'll give us enough room.
Find out.
Let's see. Try her out a bit.
I don't know about trying, but
Still enough room. Still enough piece. I'm gonna leave it down. Your own stats.
down and over.
Sick!
Depending on the fact probably out of the studs, but
I wonder what the gasket was leaking. This thing's been leaking since I got it. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Half the engine case is off. And it's gross. That gasket's dry as shit. Well, we found ourselves a clutch basket. Alright guys, so we kind of got the exhaust down enough and out enough that we could get the engine case off. Right side engine case. I don't know if you'd call this the clutch side engine cover or whatever you'd call it, but there she is. So this is the clutch basket. We're gonna have to take these 5 bolts off. They're 510 mils, and then the whole pressure plate will come off. And then yeah, these discs inside is what we're looking to replace. I think they're smoked. It doesn't really want to light the tire up. It's either this or it's the direct drive system, and let's hope it's not the direct drive system, right? That would suck. Close up of the inside of the motor and the clutch basket. So we got new friction plates and clutch discs. I think they're made of Kevlar. I'm pretty sure they're made of Kevlar. And we also got upgraded clutch springs. So pretty sure those are probably gonna have to be torqued to a certain spec, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and get these 5 bolts off of here and the pressure plate off, and let's see what these discs look like. So that's it there. That is a clutch spring, factory, and the bolt for the basket. So go ahead and put that down here, and we'll keep cracking. Not sure if this little one's going to come off as well, or I think not. Looks a little burnt on there. This is a wet clutch, mind you, so probably not a good thing to drop like that, but I'm a goof. Oof. I'd say that was probably our problem. Go ahead and look at that friction plate. Think anything's gonna grip that? I think not. The clutch discs actually look okay. I'm not gonna say they look bad. Wow. That's, you wanna see something like this, definitely not rusty. Yeah, see how rusty that is? I'll show you the new ones here in a second, and you guys will be able to see the difference on that. That's terrible. Nice, for sure. Alright, well, there's your whole clutch setup for the bike. Like I said, some very not nice rings in here. Looks like the second one and the last one were terrible. So I would be safe to say that that's our problem, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get into this here in a second. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Barnett. Performance products, clutch components, race tested, proven by racers and tuners worldwide. Complete Kevlar Clutch Kit. So like I said, this comes with the upgraded springs and of course the discs. So there's the discs, that's what they should look like, not rusty. Obviously the clutch pack's there, and the upgraded springs. These should be a little bit harder to compress than those, hence giving us better clutch engagement and disengagement. So let's see what. Okay, so we got a sweet sticker, got some instructions, and the clutch parts. So here's the upgraded Barnett springs and Kevlar clutch discs and steel plates. Okay, so I'm going to try to go in the same order of thickness as how they're on there, and then we'll throw the springs on and see what torque spec we need them to, and we'll crack. Let's get it done. Thickest at the very back, because the thickness was at the very back on this one as well. Okay, so now that we got all the clutch packs in there, stacked obviously, go steel clutch, 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 or however many's there. I'm just playing with y'all. Gonna go ahead and open up these springs. You know what? I think we're gonna give this just a quick light scuff to try to get rid of some of that, some of those hot marks, heat marks, clutch marks, whatever. We're just gonna give it a quick scuff. Try to make it look a little bit better than that. Back with you in a second. So like I said, I'm just gonna go over it. Obviously follow the grooves that are on the pressure plate and just try to get some of those heat marks off. You know what, it could even be old clutch material, so better to not have it than to have it, I would say. Looks a little better. We'll brake cleaner, throw her on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, much cleaner. No more burn marks, hot spots, whatever. So, it's time to slap her back on. Let's get the bolts back in here and let's put her together. So of course we're going to take the old bolts. Doesn't look like there was any Loctite or anything on them anyway. Put them like that. We're going to stuff them in here. So first of all, you obviously want to slide this back over. Go ahead and slide these back on. Obviously you want to go around in a star formation. So you get even pull all the way around them, right? You want your fingers on just something start better. Just for comparison's sake, before I go and stuff this last one on, dirty, you can see the difference in how thick the left spring is and how not thick the right spring is. Of course, the left spring is going to create more pressure. See how I can squeeze the right side one, obviously the bottom one a little bit tighter. So that should give us a little more heavy duty clutch engagement feel. So when you let off the clutch, you should grab real hard and just do fat old burnouts. Get rid of these garbages. Put that on there. I'm going to quickly Google horse specs on this and we'll send her home. So we can go around in a circle for a start out. See the press on. We'll 3 times 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, time for some torquing. Torquing? No, torquing. Not torquing. Relax, ladies. Alright guys, so I'm seeing 7 to 10 foot-pounds on these. So people say just kind of tighten them down with your hands. You don't really need to worry. Just 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Seems kind of sketchy, but we'll stick with it, right? Right. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now that that's on and torqued, we're going to clean up the mating surface of the motor, and we're going to clean up this thing. get this whole custy gasket off of it, which is going to be a pain in my ass completely. And yeah, hopefully we get this thing back together tonight. I doubt it, but it won't run this video because I didn't pick up an oil filter or a new oil for it. Of course, way ahead of the game as per usual. But I'd really like to get this cover back on so I don't have to deal with this again. This would be nice to be out of my hair and done. That was close. Alright, we got pieces everywhere. I'm gonna try to get this last little bit off here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and clean up the case. Use whatever you got. I got scratch pad. Just make sure I went over everything real nice here. She's looking good. Hopefully we got no leaks. And she's all back together. I've been letting this half drip drain. I already cleaned up most of it, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to get the last little bit off here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, cleaned up the whole gasket housing here, or the motor side housing here, and the gasket side housing. I put a little bit of the right stuff, silicone, on the actual engine case, and now I'm just kind of smushing the gasket in here. I want to make sure it's secure all the way along. And then we'll grab the outer casing and we'll slap her on there. Casing all cleaned. I'm going to put a little bit of the right stuff all the way around the outside, and then we're going to slap her on, bolt her on. What's it? Thumbs up. Just go ahead and smooth it all in with your finger. Nice and evenly applied. Paper gasket should do most of the work, but this bike's been a leaker since the day I got it, so I'm gonna try to avoid the leakiness. You dig? You dig. Alright, let's see if we can't get this thing on here. JT, need to tug, bruh.
Need a tug?
Need a tug. There she goes, ladies and gentlemen. Now to figure out where all the bolts came off, the fun part. Thanks, JT.
Yep.
Oh, no, where's it?
No, I think I'll do it.
Oh,
Maybe not before then.
there's screws. Screw. Really?
Yeah. Choo-choo.
Choo-choo.
Half the time's done.
Good.
Out. Later on, later on.
Later in out. No big deal. Shouldn't be enough. Did you? That wasn't very smart.
I'm going to cut that off. Take out the door when we put that on the side.
Fair enough. Go for a boot.
Hmm?
So now it's time to go for a boot.
We're almost there.
Oh, this thing ain't going for a boot. I'm talking about you.
Not tonight.
Me neither. Got no oil, got no filter.
No, that's a failure tonight. Half the job's done.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I just went over these, as you see in the time lapse, just loosely tighten them up. So now we're just going to go over and actually tighten everything up properly. Okay, everything's tightened up there. Last is just that inspection cover. I'm not going to fully tighten the bolts up on this one because we don't have an oil filter in it, and this way it'll remind me so I won't fire up the bike and wreck everything like an idiot. But the clutch is done, back together, cover's back on. Need some oil and some and a filter, and we're ready to fire it up. Hopefully we can do some burnouts, because that's the whole point of doing this. Right. There you go. Well, fuckers, there you have it. Cover's back on, bolted on. Like I said, we're leaving this loose because we need a filter and we need some oil before we can do a big fat burnout. But stay tuned, because in the next video we're doing big old fucking heaters. Yeah, buddy. New battery, new clutch, upgraded. Ready for some burnouts?
Ready for some burnouts.
Ready for some burnouts. Let's get it. Like and subscribe, guys.